Hello, everyone. My name is Jay LaBeouf. I'm the head of business development here at Descript, and my goal today is to walk you through everything you need to know to create compelling product demo videos and marketing materials. So the goal today, we're going to walk you through how to use Descript to record and edit a snappy product demo and marketing video. I'll show off some of our screen recording functionality and how to add subtitles for accessibility and social media. And if we have time, I'll show you how to use some of our stock voices. So this is an interactive session. We're doing this live on YouTube. So what we want you to do is use the comments bar on the side of your YouTube window to get started. Just tell us where you are. I'm in San Francisco, actually just outside of San Francisco. We just moved last week. So technically speaking, in the East Bay in California, Pacific time. Let me know where you are and we'll keep the conversation going there. We've got Chris on the back end of this. Chris is going to reach out and he can answer questions as we go and ensure that any comments you mention get sent along to me. Cool, let's dive in. So first off, what is Descript? Descript is a tool. It is a platform that allows you to edit audio and video just as simply as editing text. Think of it as a Google Docs for new media. And in the same way that you would expect, you can create a Google Doc, put text in, put images in, put things in, and Google Docs just knows what's going on. It backs it up to the cloud. You can invite somebody with one click. That's what Descript is. The core of it is revolving around transcription. So when you add in audio or video, we transcribe it automatically. You then can edit text. We're all natural storytellers, and it's really important to us that you work that way. So what I want to focus on this week is how we can explore some of the video functionality that we have in here, particularly dragging in images, video, and how we've actually crafted some of our demo materials. So to get started with that, I actually want to start off. Let me do some window maintenance over here. Very good. Actually, let me just start off showing you a demo video that I created just about 2 weeks ago, and then we can kind of unpack how it's actually created with Descript. All right, here we go. Make this video a little larger. Descript Screen Recorder makes it easy to capture video from your desktop or your webcam, and you can very quickly share the videos directly or edit them with the Descript app. To get started, click on the Mac menu bar at the top of the screen, or on Windows, this appears in the System tray in your taskbar at the bottom of the screen. When you click on the recording menu, you'll see a couple of icons appear. From here, you can adjust webcam settings, such as selecting different webcams you have attached to your computer, select your audio input device or microphone that you want to record from, enable computer audio recording. This allows you to record system sounds or any other audio on your computer. Automatic transcription. When enabled, this feature will automatically transcribe your recorded speech. Click on the ellipsis icon in the top right corner to see a list of additional options, such as screen recording preferences, keyboard shortcut commands, other good stuff. To get started, just press Start Screen Recording, and anytime, you can always press the keyboard shortcut to start and stop. Drag the part of the screen that you're interested in to start recording, or just hit the space bar to start a full screen recording. Record yourself, demoing something totally awesome. To stop recording, you can either press the stop icon or press the Descript hotkey to stop recording. Now the magic happens. A link to your recording was automatically copied to the clipboard, and the material was already synced to the cloud. A preview box is going to appear in the lower right part of your screen. From here, you have the option to view it in the browser, edit it in Descript, delete it, or just close this box. Even better, you can paste this link directly into the Descript app to begin editing the file immediately. You can paste it in between sentences if you want a small clip of your video to appear within the existing composition, or you can paste it as a clip in a timeline track. Just place the cursor on a new line and paste the link. If you're not interested in editing, no problem. Just go ahead and paste the link that's already in your clipboard into Slack, your email, or wherever else you share your favorite screen recordings. If you ever need access to your recent recordings, you can get to them anytime by clicking on the menu bar icon and just scrolling to your recent recordings. You can also open the project browser to see all the screen recordings that you've had. Now, don't share that yet. Start editing, remove your filler words, remove some word gaps, add a little polish. Now it's time to share. All right, wonderful. So thanks for letting me play that through. And as I'm playing that, you're starting to see all these little pin icons on here. So these are screen recordings, for example, these boxes that I'm hovering my mouse over. These are different screen recordings that I was taking as we were going along. I was dropping in things like arrows that were very easy to do to kind of show what's going on at any given time. And we're going to kind of build something from scratch to show you kind of how this looks. Before we dive in, maybe Chris, you can pop up some of the comments just so we can see where people are joining us from. India, thank you, Stephen, for joining. From Stockholm, Julia, thank you very much. Orange County, keeping it in California, thank you, Tess. Sonoma, where it is cool and sunny, fantastic. I'm only an hour-ish away from Sonoma. Hi, Judy. Toronto, great to have Canadians. We love Canadians. Thanks for coming. And how about one more? Charlotte, awesome. You can keep those coming. So as Chris is sharing where else everybody else is joining from. Oh, Adam, I see you joining from Cape Cod. I grew up probably half hour from there in Somerset, Massachusetts. So fun fact. There we go. As you're all wondering, okay, thank you, Jay. Great to know where you grew up, but show me how to create a product demo video. Certainly, I can show you things like this on the screen, but let's actually build up something like this from scratch. This one is a screen recording video. It was a collection of a live video of me. Descript Screen Recorder makes it easy to capture video from your desktop or your webcam. So something like this would be something I would just capture in QuickTime, for example. But what I also did was mix and match live recordings of myself with some overdubbed tracks that I did with a nice microphone. So let's build up something here. Never done this demo before, so we're flying without a net. And that's kind of a key feature that I want to do here, is to just kind of show you how I'm thinking about this. I will show you mistakes as I'm making it. If Descript crashes, we'll stop, we'll figure out what happened. And I'll show you how you can kind of handle very real world situations of media coming in. So we'll just have fun. All right, so let's say we have a travel company that we want to start. We gathered a few materials in advance, but a lot of this is going to be kind of on the fly. So we've got a travel company and we want to show people not only where to access materials on our website, but we want to show kind of our app in action. So some of the resources we have available in advance, we have a folder that actually contains like an app walkthrough of what it looks like on iOS that our animation team did. I have some stock footage of people kind of collaborating. That's something I want to show during the voiceover. And then I want to add in maybe a few screenshots. Now, that whole time, I want some narration of myself talking. And I think that's actually going to be kind of the core of that. So to do that part, I will say my travel product demo. So this is a project. I can probably create a new project for this. But within Descript, there are projects. Projects are kind of the messy play space that store all of your compositions and your media. So think of this as your container for all the work you're doing, and then compositions. So these are documents that live within your project. So for this product demo, I could have different parts of it and mix and match them as a composition. So now here I have my composition. I'm going to add a speaker label because this is actually me speaking. So I want to at least have this listed. And to do my voiceover, I'm actually going to do this natively in Descript. I'm going to click on this record icon on the top. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to select my Blue Yeti X, which is my microphone that I have here. Might be a little more reverberant than I would like because we just moved, but we'll deal with it. And now I'm going to click record. And well, I'm going to do my product demo. Have you ever wanted to travel? Do you miss the days of getting on airplanes and waiting in line? That's why we at TravelCo have a new exciting website and application for you to access. That's why we at Travelco have a new exciting website and application for you to access and book your travel adventures. Collaborate with your friends and coworkers. Book exciting uh, hmm, book exciting travel adventures together and travel the world. Join us now at Travelco. Okay, so yes, I purposely made some mistakes there. I'm just going to hit stop. What Descript's going to do is generate a real-time transcript, which is what you see on the screen right here, where it says, have you ever wanted to travel? Do you miss the days of getting on airplanes? And you see the Now, what's kind of cool, and the reason that I do all my voiceovers in Descript as opposed to recording it somewhere else, is we can actually see the takes. So you can see I had 2 takes here. I'm just going to set the speaker label, set it to J, and now I can just select the lines that I want. And if you've never seen Descript before, this is the magic. You select this, and it actually makes the selection in your audio and your video. In this case, it's just a voiceover. That's why we at Travelco have a new exciting website. This is a mistake. I'm just going to select this, hit delete. You can see I did pretty decent good job here. Friends and coworkers. Book exciting book exciting travel adventures together. There we go. Just make this, make a few edits. Friends and coworkers. Book exciting travel adventures together and travel the world. Join us now at... Cool. That's looking good. You can also see I have some long silences here. I'll make the waveform a little bit bigger. I have some long silences at the beginning, long silences at the end. I actually want this to be a little snappier. So what I'm going to do is actually click on the word at the very beginning. You can see any word in Descript. You can actually click and adjust the timing between it. I'll just click, remove that here, maybe give it a little space at the beginning. And then at the end, just kind of use this little trim icon, trim this up. So now when I go back to the beginning and hit the tab key to start, have you ever wanted to travel? Do you miss the days of getting on airplanes and waiting in line? That's why we at Travelco have a new... Okay, great. So now what do I want to put in here? I have some resources. I'm going to drag these in from my second monitor. So you might not be able to see this, but all I'm really doing is dragging materials in from off the screen. So this first one is it's like a stock footage of people collaborating. Awesome. So I have this video. I'm just going to drag it into the place where I want it. And by just dragging it in, you can see in the transcript, maybe in the very beginning, have you ever wanted to travel? Do you miss the days of getting on airplanes and waiting in line? That's why we at Travelco have a new exciting website and application. And then when I want to collaborate with my friends and family, I actually have a video of that, of people collaborating. I will just drag that where I want it. Adventures. Collaborate with your friends and coworkers. Book exciting travel adventures together and travel the world. I actually think this other video is better for the book exciting adventures. I'm just going to click and drag that there. Adventures. Collaborate with your friends and coworkers. Book exciting travel adventures together and travel the world. Join us now at... And what I want instead is, have you ever wanted to travel? For that, I actually want to grab an image. I'm going to go to Unsplash on my second monitor. I'm going to type in travel, and there's a wonderful Unsplash photo. Okay, so I've grabbed a photo on Unsplash. I've downloaded it to my local desktop. And here's what I'm going to do. Select the area and line that you want to add an image. An area and line. Select the image. Select the text. Try it again. You see that sentence? I have it highlighted. I have 2 sentences highlighted. I want an image to appear the entire time that I have that selected. So for this first one, have you ever wanted to travel? I'm just going to select that, and then I'm going to drag an image that I've actually downloaded on my second monitor. Where did I put that, Chris? There we go. I'm going to drag this image in on top of the sentence. And you can see that has kind of no trimming required. Now that image appears as I'm saying, have you ever wanted to travel? Do you miss the days of getting? Now I need one more for waiting in line. Waiting in line. Do that also from Unsplash. Let's see. Oh, this is actually a good one. Okay, I'm just going to download this really quick. Same thing. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to pin it. And this one, I'm not going to drag it on the sentence. So, wanted to travel. Do you miss the days of getting on airplanes and waiting in line? That's why. And so in this case, I am going to have this image. And then I'm going to slowly have it fade out. So this will fade out. And then I'll put in my travel app, because we said we have this like exciting travel app footage. I'll drag this in. That's why we have right here. Here's our video. That's why we at TravelCo. Put this over here. Have this fade up a little bit. So all you're seeing on the very beginning and the end, I'm just clicking on these little fade markers. Line. That's why we at TravelCo have a new exciting website and application for you to access and book your travel adventures. Collaborate with your friends and coworkers. Book exciting travel adventures together and travel the world. Join us now at TravelCo. All right. So now you're getting this, you're getting the sense. If you have no idea how to edit audio or video, at this point, I actually have done nothing really more than dragging image assets in, dragging in stock footage, and taking my voiceover. The way I prefer to do product demo videos, I almost always start with my voiceover. You can write out a script and then record your script, get it typed up in Descript, and once that's sounding good, now start placing images on top of it. So using tools like Unsplash or Getty Images, Shutterstock, Envato Elements, use that to start bringing in images and videos. And also you could record yourself doing some video. I would also want to use Descript's screen recorder tool. So for this, how about I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now, and I'm going to share my entire monitor. So hang in there. Images are going to get a little bit stretched out. It's worth it, I promise. I want to show you how to use the screen recording tool. So let's say we have our fake travel company. I will say TravelCo. There has to be a TravelCo. Great. I'm going to co-opt TravelCo International, which happens to have the same name as my fake travel company. Imagine this is our website. If I want to include a brief video of me walking through here, all I will do is use the Descript screen recording tool. So you see up here in the top menu bar on Mac or in Windows, this is the system tray icon. You're going to see a little Descript logo. Descript includes a free screen recording tool specifically for you to help grab these elements off of your websites, of your application in progress, of other things that you want to show colleagues. In this case, I actually want to show a brief snippet of walking through our website and clicking on some stuff. Now, rather than using another third-party tool, I'm just going to use Descript to do it. If I did want to have my webcam and walk people through, I could click on this, and this would actually select a webcam to use. If I wanted to do a voiceover, which I might do after this, I can enable the microphone and have transcription enabled. In fact, let me do this two different ways. First, I'm just going to show you how to grab just the screen recording. So I'm going to click on Start Screen Recording, and then I'm going to select the area that I want on the screen. So just this part of the website. And then there we go. I've recorded a few seconds of me scrolling through the website. You might say, where did that asset go? Where did it save the file? Because we're working in Descript, Descript's already saved it to the clipboard. So all I have to do is go to the part of the script that I want the video to appear, such as that's why we at Travel Co. have a new exciting website and application for you to access and book your travel adventures. Collaborate with. So I'm going to make my website appear here after travel adventures. So I just click on the mouse, paste, and I just pasted in the screen recording right here. Now you could also click on here. This would show that you recorded something in Google Chrome, and I could copy this link or edit it. This would open it up in a Descript project. The simplest way to do it is to just make your screen recording and hit paste. Now let's see what that looks like. For you to access and book your travel adventures. Collaborate with your friends and coworkers. Book exciting travel adventures. All right, now actually I'm gonna make some very quick changes to that. You can see when it first started screen recording, I actually had my Descript screen up. So I'm just gonna drag this trim tool and I'm gonna trim a little bit of this away. There we go. That's starting to look better. Collaborate with your friends. Drag it. I'm going to drag it a little bit more and then collaborate with your friends and coworkers. Book exciting travel. Okay. I'm going to drag this video of the people collaborating. Let's move this a little bit further along. Now the things that are on top are what's actually going to show through. Travel adventures. Collaborate with your friends and coworkers. Book exciting travel adventures together and travel the world. Join us now at Travel Co. Okay, I'll tighten this up a little bit more. I know this is just a fake video, but it's going to bother me. I really should have so this is the travel app start here. The website walkthrough should start when we say website, so I can see how that lines up on here. I can also just kind of click on the pin. All right, you see that little hand icon? Just drag it to wherever you want it to go. Just double click on a clip to move it. Yep, I'll undo that. So I'll have this start where I say the word website. And then when we have the people collaborating right here, you can see this, collaborate with your friends and coworkers. Great. Let's see what we have now. Have you ever wanted to travel? Do you miss the days of getting on airplanes and waiting in line? That's why we at Travel Co. have a new exciting website and application for you to access and book your travel adventures. Collaborate with your friends and coworkers. Book exciting travel adventures together and travel the world. Join us now. Okay, I'll put this team collaborating, move this up a little bit earlier. I'm going to have the video end here, so I'm going to right click on it and say split clip. Splitting clip does exactly what you would think it would. Splits the clip. So that way I can just hit delete and end it out. I want to add some music to this. So I've downloaded some in advance. Just going to drag that in at the very beginning. There's our background music. You can see this track is way too long. And by the way, some people requested that I zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in on just my Descript screen. So give me a second. There we go, much better. Okay, so now you're seeing that this background music is way too long. So again, split clip, double click the area that you don't want, hit delete. Now we've dragged in some background music. I'm gonna go to the beginning, hit the tab key to see how we're doing. Have you ever wanted to travel? Do you miss the days of getting on airplanes? Music's a little loud. So I'm going to click on the background music track and click on this inspector. Now I'm just going to lower the overall gain of this. So this is a way that you can adjust all the clip properties in this. So everything from lowering background music, adjusting the pan, muting the track, adding effects like compression in EQ. Let's see how that sounds. Have you ever wanted to travel? Do you miss the days of getting on airplanes and waiting in line? That's why we at Travel Co. have a new exciting website and application for you to access and book your travel adventures. Collaborate with your friends and coworkers. Book exciting. This is looking good. I actually would like subtitles at the bottom of the screen. So subtitles is really just something that's going to be very important for accessibility and to kind of help make our material a little bit more compelling. I'm going to do subtitles through the whole thing. And one of the things I'm going to do as I'm building these subtitles, our company is actually Travel Co. So it's capital T and capital C. So I'm going to switch from edit media mode to correct text mode. By going to correct text mode, I'm able to make changes to just the transcript. Now, edit media mode is what you use if you're trying to edit the media, like the audio and the video. Correct text mode purely corrects the transcript and what appears on the screen or what appears in your subtitles. So I'm going to fix that here and also here. I'm going to add an exclamation mark at the end because it's that type of day. And it looks like the automatic transcription got everything pretty well in line. So I'm going to say I'm done with that. And to add captions, you don't need to use a third-party tool. Just select the area that you want to have transcripts added. Select it, and I'm going to say, let's add fancy captions. So in Descript, we don't have regular captions. I apologize for that. We have fancy captions. And to access those fancy captions, there's a lot of ways of doing it. You can click on the plus button. My favorite way of doing it, and the one and only one keyboard shortcut that you must leave this webinar with, is Command K or Control K on Windows. Here's what happens. When I hit Command K, this thing pops up. It's called the conductor. You just tell the conductor what you would like to have happen in Descript, and we will make it happen as best we can. So if you want to add captions, just start typing captions, and this dialog will appear. Bam. Okay, great. So I promised you I would tell you what happens should I crash the app. In most webinars, we would just walk away from this and pretend like nothing happened. But in this one, Descript is a desktop application for Mac and Windows, but it's built on web technologies. And I use this Google Docs metaphor all the time. So when Google Chrome crashes, you usually don't lose data. It's actually backed up to the cloud continuously. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go into Descript. I'm going to go into the View menu, and I'm going to say Reload. So just like you would reload a Chrome tab, you're reloading Descript. And what it's doing, it's basically refreshing the user interface. And I'm going to show you how we actually haven't lost any material. So you can see here, here's the project we have. I'm going to open up the sidebar to show you the compositions. I'm going to click on the composition. You can see that most recently I changed the transcription and changed it to Travel Co. So that's all looking good. We haven't lost anything yet. And I'm going to show you version history. So look at the name, screen recording, 2-minute demo. Click next to that and click on View Version History. So Descript tracks all of your version history and saves it all to the cloud. I'm going to just close this inspector because we don't need to see this right now. But we do want to see the version history, and I'm actually going to click on Show All Versions. So you can see basically every few minutes, actually multiple times a minute, whenever you do something significant, Descript is going to save a change. In fact, since this webinar began 30-ish minutes ago, we're on, this is version 332. We've saved probably 50 versions of the file. So nothing was lost despite the fact that I crashed the app during a live demo, which I love to do. So moving along, no need to stress. By the way, if you ever do need to go back in time, you can go to one of these versions, click on it. It will preview what it looks like. So now we can see this is what it looks like before I had Travel Co. Or I could show you what it looks like even earlier before I had some other materials. And you can hit restore and get it back. I'm just going to stick with the current version because my goal was to select this all, hit Command K, type in captions, insert fancy captions. Didn't crash at a time. And now I'll make the video a little bit bigger. Let's watch what happens. So I selected the text. Have you ever wanted to travel? Do you miss the days of getting on airplanes? And so here's another example where you're like, Jay, nothing's showing up. So the way that this all works. These are all layers on this part of the screen. And so things that are on the highest layer are what's going to appear on top. So I want my captions to actually appear on top. I'm going to right click on them and say, move layer to top, because I think my captions should appear on top of everything else. So if you're ever struggling with like why one thing should appear on something else, that's how you do it. Just click on here, and it's like layers in Photoshop. Just adjust things up and down. All right, so I've moved my captions to the top. We have some default caption settings that you can access from the inspector. So the inspector now changes. Instead of showing you music layers, by clicking on this captions, I can actually see all of the settings that I need for my real-time captions. So maybe I'll do this like this. I'll make the font size a little smaller. I'll do a background color of gray. It doesn't look good. Like I said, background color of black. I'll make it semi-transparent, so I'll adjust the opacity a little bit. And you can adjust, really, you know, if you want to do captions on top, or you want to do full screen captions, whatever you want to have happen, change the font, you can do that. So now let's see how we're doing. Have you ever wanted to travel? Do you miss the days of getting on airplanes and waiting in line? That's why we at TravelCo have a new exciting website and application for you to access and book your travel adventures. Cool. As you can see, assembling this, putting in screen recordings, putting in your own narration has really never been easier. Let me do one more thing at the end. Let's say I have a call to action and I actually forgot to record it. Maybe I don't have access to a nice high quality microphone to do this. My call to action, I just say, join us now at TravelCo. Well, I want to type in something using a stock voice. So Descript actually includes 8, 9, maybe 10 high quality stock voices totally for free. And that's even on the Descript free plan. So those of you that are watching, maybe you just downloaded the demo, you're not a subscriber, totally fine. You can use what I'm about to show you as well. You're going to click on the speaker label name and then scroll to the very bottom where it says edit speakers. I'm going to create a new speaker. I'm going to just call this narrator. And then which overdub voice do you want to use? So overdub is our text to speech technology that allows you to generate high quality synthesized voice. And you can have your own voice created using as little as 10 minutes of your own recording material, or you can have one of our stock voices that we include for free do the narration for you. To do that, just click on overdub voice. You'll see a whole bunch of these at the very bottom that sound like this.
Life is like a camera.
Life is like a camera.
Life is like a camera. Just focus.
Life is like a camera. Just focus on what's.
I'm going to go with Carla. And then now select narrator. You can see a couple of different styles that you could choose from.
She knows something's not quite right. This is why some people call this.
I'm just going to go with formal. It's a great default. And say, for more information, please visit us at www.travel.com. Cool. So now I can type this. In the lower right, you see generating overdub. Just like that, we took your text, sent it to the cloud. We look at the context of the audio that's surrounding it and generate something that sounds pretty good. So let's see how that sounds at TravelCo.
For more information, please visit us at www.travel.com.
Very cool. Now, while that appears on the screen, as you see, there's no video. It's just a black frame. I'm just going to put in a title. So I'm going to say Command K to bring up the conductor. Insert title. And then here's your template. I will just say, very cool. Make this font size a little bit smaller. Change the font a little bit. And no need to have this go all the way. I'll have it fade out a little bit at the end. Okay.
For more information, please visit.
I'll have the music extend through here. That sounds a little weird to just go like that. Click on book exciting travel adventures together and travel the world. Join us now at Travel Co.
For more information, please visit us at www.travel.com.
Okay, the music ends there. You are all getting the picture. I'll have it fade out a little bit at the end. Click on the track, add a little fade out. And just to prove I can, let's say people constantly get confused about the .com. Maybe they're used to going to travel.net or travel.gov, those competing organizations. I'm just going to go where I want an arrow to appear and select travel.com and say Command K to bring up the conductor. I'm going to type in arrow to insert an arrow. You can see an arrow appears on screen. And all I have to do is just tell it where I want the arrow to be. And it will appear while you're saying the phrase. So,
for more information, please visit us at www.travel.com.
Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. I had no idea what I was going to do when we started this webinar. We had some assets, but I recorded a voiceover, kind of pieced this together. And in this time, you can imagine you can polish this with some high quality stock images. It's time to export. To export, just click on share. If I actually want to get some feedback, I want my colleague Chris to work on this with me. I could invite him to this project, say, Chris, I'd like you to collaborate on this. Chris would be able to log in here, contribute new materials, add comments. We could collaborate together on this. In this case, I'm really happy with how this looks. I'm going to click on export. You would export this as your product demo video. You can export the video, also export the subtitles. Things you've already put so much good attention into creating an accurate transcript. Might as well export that out so that way it's recognized by YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So first, I would export the video. This current composition is the current one I have as an MP4 video. All of these look good. Want great sounding audio. I'm gonna have normalized volume turned on so that way it's gonna try to automatically normalize the loudness to industry standard levels. And I'm gonna do this 1080p video, high quality, say export, and there we go. Now, no need to sit around and wait. While that's going on, you can also export your subtitles, SRT and VTT, industry standard files that are recognized by all the major social media platforms. Also Wistia, you could put these as subtitles in Wistia if that's a platform, or Vimeo. Download the subtitles. And should there be some like additional finishing work you want to do, like you have this thing that you do in Adobe Premiere or Final Cut Pro, which has a special animation in your logo, totally cool. You can actually now export this directly out. Now the exporting of the timeline is pretty limited with video right now. With audio only projects, it's very rich, but video, we're just kind of getting started there. So I think we're good. And look at that, our video's exported and everything is good to go. So with that, we just created a very simple product demo video showing off subtitles, showing off some screen recordings, dragging images in either to a pin or on top of a sentence, dragging in some stock images and videos, and adding subtitles, and me crashing the app at least once. So let's get to some questions, if we have some. Chris, you want to bring those up? I can also take sarcastic comments too. Can you put text on the pics? Absolutely. So let me demonstrate how I would do that. Let's say here we have you ever wanted to travel? Let's do an example of, on this picture, I actually want some text to appear on screen. Best example there would just be, you can actually see I already have it with a fancy caption, but I could also have a title. So just basically say Command K, title. And now we have a different layer. I also should show that you can add, so this is the text on the pictures that you were asking about. I can click on that and drag it anywhere. But in this case, you can see the top of this person's head's a little bit cut off. I can actually drag this around. I can adjust the scale. So that way, you know, the photo is at a different, there we go, a different scale level. And the last thing I could actually do is even add a zoom effect. So why we at Travelco have you ever wanted to, by the way, this travel envy, I'm just gonna make this appear on screen for a little bit. So I will right click this, say split clip. There we go. Travel, do you miss the days of getting on? Cool. And how about days of getting on airplanes and waiting? While we're showing the picture of the airplane, what if I want this to zoom? I'll just select that text, say Command K, type in zoom, and you're gonna get an option to pan and zoom on which track. I don't wanna zoom the captions, I actually wanna zoom on the Unsplash video. And so during that, you'll get 2 keyframes. This is the start, and this is the end. Of course, the end will be, here we go. So let's see what that looks like. Do you miss the days of getting on airplanes and waiting in line? That's a good way to add like a subtle zoom, or I do this a lot with screen recordings where you're trying to show somebody something and you can zoom into the part of the screen that you're most interested in. Okay, thanks for letting me go on that little segue. What other questions do we have? Is there a way to resize the website video on top of the other image? So if you don't do full screen, would it be black behind, or do we choose a color? So a couple of things there. To resize the website video on top of the other one. So the website video, you're probably talking about this, the screen grab, there it is, right here. So you can see this is my screen recording right here. All I would have to do if I wanted this larger, a couple things I could do, I could certainly just, you notice when I just click on it, the clip properties appear. So I could certainly make this larger and just focus in on the part of the screen that I'm interested in. The other thing I could do, so that's one way to kind of make this full screen, but you're also noticing like, hey, wait a minute, what's this thing behind it? Just to show you an example, let me do a new composition. So by default, anything you put in will have a black background, but I'll show you kind of a workaround that I use. So we will do our screen recording again. Let me just record something. Okay, I just recorded a new screen recording. I'm gonna paste that in here. All right, and so what I just did is a very short, not quite full screen. And you can see it doesn't quite fit. And it might even be like this. If you want to, by default, it's going to have a black background. If you don't want the black background, what you can actually do is add a rectangle. I do a lot of a rectangle with a fill color of Descript blue without any background. Make that huge, and then now send that to the bottom. So now our screen recording plays on a black background, or on a blue background in this case. That's a workaround that I'm using for a lot of things right now. Cool, how about another question? Can you talk over the screen capture? I should have demoed that, Alan. Thanks for asking. That's one of the best things that Descript can do. So let's say people need help going to travel.com. I am just going to stop sharing my screen and share my other larger monitor. There we go. Awesome. I'm going to click on the Descript icon in the menu bar. I am going to turn on my microphone. So that way I'm actually recording from my Blue Yeti X. I'm actually going to turn on transcription enabled. Basically, I had this on all the time. The only reason I turned it off was for a demo the other day. And now what's going to happen, it's going to record my audio. I could also have my webcam turned on here too. I'm not going to do that because I'm using my webcam for this live recording right now. So we could record our screen, you're speaking behind it, and you're real-time transcribing it. Let me just show you. Hit start recording, select the area of the screen you want to record. To get started, just go to www.travel.com. There you go. That's our website. Okay, impressive, right? So that's my screen recording. A couple options I could do here. I can go to the end of my product video. I just hit paste because this was already put into the clipboard. And just like that, we actually pasted in the screen recording video, and you can see the text from the transcription. I hit the tab key to play what just happened. To get started, just go to www.travel.com. There you go. That's our website. So a couple of things I would want to do there. Again, first I'm going to set the speaker label to me. It's going to look nicer. I'm going to do a little cleanup here. In fact, you see how there's these empty spaces here? That really slows it down. I'm going to click here and remove word gaps. So Descript knows what spaces are between words. So anything longer than a second is kind of dead air. I'm going to shorten actually anything longer than half a second for, yeah, half a second, what the heck. And then shorten that to 0.1 seconds. We've made those edits, even just on this quick section. Look at how much better this is. To get started, just go to www.travel.com. There you go. That's our website. All right, so do that. And I'll also, so I've got the travel.com. I want that to not, that arrow, that's funny. All right, I want that to stop. I want this to stop here. And then now I want to show you an example of zooming in. I want to zoom in on the menu bar. I know this is probably harder to see. That's why I will stop sharing and reshare the Descript screen. Get better at this. Okay. Now, if I want to zoom in on just this one aspect of the screen, I am actually going to start zoom, click on where I want it in the text to do it. Command K, type in zoom on the script track. And then keyframe number 1 is the default, so it's going to start at 100%. Keyframe number 2 is the zoom level. I actually want to zoom in way in. And this might appear blurry for you. There's a lot of stuff going on my laptop right now with compressing this to send out. So rest assured, it will always be the high quality 1080p screen recording. So I'm going to super zoom in so people can see me typing in the name of the website here. And then now I'm going to click back and we're going to watch that zoom play out. To get started, just go to www.travel.com. There you go. That's our website. Cool. You can see the zoom cut out a little bit sooner than I wanted it to. So what I'm going to do, you see this green bar on the bottom, just click the green bar and that's the length of the zoom. I'm going to just drag that out. And then that should just go to www.travel. There we go. Okay. Again, thanks for humoring me on going on some of these digressions. I'm trying to show you guys everything that I think you want to see. Do you have a promo code? Brandon, good news. So Descript has, it's basically free to try. We have 3 hours of transcription time that's available. 3 hours of transcription for free for the free members. We have a pro trial. So it allows you to try all the features that I've been demoing today, including the advanced filler words, the audiogram generation, the ability to generate overdubs. We have that all available on the website. And if that doesn't meet your needs, join our Discord community, and maybe we can talk to you individually about how we can help you out. Chris is actually going to put a link up. So we're really investing in building out our community and allowing you to talk to us about any comments or questions you have. But also, we're really interested in your feedback and getting you to meet other Descript users. So the Discord link will be posted on screen and also in the comments. We might have a new link that's a more like permalink that we'll post in the YouTube comments for you. Also, yeah, absolutely. The Discord link, somebody points out it's that one expired. We'll post a new one in the comments right away. And the other thing that I would want to share is feature requests. So you're undoubtedly going to be asking for things that we just haven't built yet. Unlike many other companies I've ever worked at, we really do prioritize what we do based on your feature requests. We have an internal Slack channel that as soon as somebody upvotes something, we all find out about it. So just go to the link on the screen. I think it's feedback.descript.com. There we go, feedback.descript.com, to review all the feature requests we have, update and upvote the ones you want. If you really don't see something, just comment on it. Awesome. Chris, I'm going to put this one on the screen. I just saw this out of the corner of my eye. What? Wait, how did he expand the sound to drill down? Key command or just dragging? Yeah, Chris, I think you actually answered this. Use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. You can also drag to change the size. A couple of ways you can actually dive into the sound. So obviously in the waveform, I'm on a Mac, so I can just pinch to zoom on my trackpad. I don't have a mouse or scroll wheel here, but I could. Or there's a key command, command plus and minus, or control plus and minus. And if you're like me and you can never remember key commands, what you're going to want to do is click on the question mark. And here you can find a link to our help center or keyboard shortcuts. So this is your cheat sheet for remembering how to do stuff in Descript. So I'd be able to see zoom in and out, scroll up and down, and then command equals and command minus. Cool. If at any time you have questions, you need help, click on this question mark, click on the help center, and it's appearing on a different monitor right now, but Chris will show what it looks like. Exactly. It pops up on this web page right here. So you can type in whatever you need help with. We're constantly updating our tutorials and our questions. So if you can't figure out how to do it, search on there. But if you ever have a support issue and you really can't figure it out, submit a support request. Click on the link with the arrow, and then the page will look like this. Just tell us what we can help you with, and we have a support team that helps you out. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I really, really appreciate everybody I really appreciate everybody joining us for the webinar today. I will try to get the screen out of the way of my face. There we go. Doing these live sessions, it's always fun to kind of fly without a net to show you things. And I hope you all learned a lot about creating cool product demos using some of the audio and video editing features in Descript. It's really a tool like no other, especially when you can anchor on the transcript and edit your audio and your video just by editing the text. Thank you all for joining us, and have an outstanding rest of your week.